Peace. This had to be a second take because I was recording and I was in the mode. You know, it's funny, I kind of noticed that when I start off with the videos, it's like every once in a while, like when I start getting in the zone, like I'm getting like interruptions, like suddenly my neighbor, which is what happened just now, my neighbor just came out the house, knocked on the door and wanted to talk about something. Had a concern about some random cars parking by his house, and like this is a second take because the first take that I was making, I had to cut that one out because like I'm already talking about the subject, I'm already getting into it, and then like I keep looking to the side every so often. I'm like, what does this dude want? I'm like, I had to cut the video. Like, god damn it, interrupting the video and shit. I'm just like, dude. I'm filming. I'm getting in the zone. I'm like, what does this dude want? I'm like, and then in that video, I'm like, okay, cut, second, cut. Anyway, I just find that funny sometimes. Like, as soon as I'm like getting in the zone, there's like interruptions, or maybe it's in my mind because then my eyes just start to like wander around. Like I'm getting distractions left and right for some reason as I'm starting the fucking video. But okay, so this video will be about another manifesting video, and that'll be about feeling is believing, because I said in the first take that for the title of this video, it'll be about feeling and believing are all that you need to manifest. Because like I said in my other videos, and I don't remember which one in particular, but I just know that in the last one, I believe, I was just pretty much telling you guys that feeling is a secret, and well, feeling technically isn't a secret anymore because everyone is, or slowly but surely, more and more people are learning about this and how they're starting to cultivate the secret of manifesting, which is feeling, because feeling is a secret. Hence, feeling isn't really the secret because technically it wouldn't be a secret if a lot of people know it by this point. But we're sticking with the basis of that saying. Feeling is a secret because feeling is what is already within you. It's already what dwells in your heart. It's already what you already know from within. It's like a neurological aspect of your being that you're already familiar with. So when it comes to the things that you want to manifest, your desires, your SP, you just have to feel it and believe it, because there's also like a difference that you have to know. You know, like when you feel something, you may not necessarily believe in it. Like feeling it is one thing, but believing it, or the lack of belief of it, is another. Because you may feel something, but if you don't feel it, then it's really not going to push out. It's not going to manifest, because as far as you're concerned, that feeling is just a fantasy, because it's a pointless feeling. There's no substance to it. Or like I said in the other video before, you could visualize something, but if there's no feeling behind that visualization, it's just an empty vision. So it's the same thing with your feeling. It's an empty feeling in a sense if you don't believe it or you're not convinced of it. Because if you want to manifest the things you desire, you got to feel it. You have to know, you have to already have a knowing of what it's like for you to manifest it. And to know what it's like, then you can cultivate that belief, like, okay, this is something that I can have. This is something that I can grasp, that I can have within my reach, and it's something that I believe. Whereas like when you feel something but you don't believe it, it becomes pointless, because if you don't believe it, then you won't achieve it, because you'll never attract that thing that you desire, because it's not within your scope of reality. It's just a fantasy, right? You wish, but it's just something you're wishing for, but it's not something that you really believe can happen or push out. And that's how manifesting is. You have to really believe it to achieve it, because like again, SP, using the SP as an example, when you want to manifest your SP, you really have to get into the belief that they can be a part of your life. You have to actually visualize it in your mind. Visualize it for yourself. Like, I can see this person being in my life. I can see them being a part of my life, meeting me, or meeting my family, me meeting their family. You have to actually be able to see you and their life shared together. Because one thing I've learned is that when it comes to manifesting an SP, with a lot of people, you know, they're really just limited on the visual, or they have limitations as far as their SP, because they're only seeing the attraction and the beauty and the lust, even the lust, and that infatuation. That's as far as their visualizations and their energy and their power goes. I like them because they're pretty and they're hot. I want to be with them. That's it. They don't see past. They don't really see past, like, okay, how am I gonna get this person in my life? How can I actually get into the visualizing part of this SP of mine? How can I? This boy is so hot. You can see me sweating, man. Oh wee. But yeah. Like with your SP, what you want to be able to do is you want to actually be able to see the unfolding of this person, like, entering your life. You don't want to just have an image or a picture of them in your head and you just get googly eyed and get infatuated with feelings with their image. You actually have to really see them be in your life. You want to be able to see them in your life. You want to be able to be in their life. You want to be able to create that portal or that open door for them to walk through to enter your life. You have to actually be able to see that, visualize that, and believe that, and feel that. You have to open that portal or that door for them to walk through, to enter in your life. You can't just, you have to really see this all the way through. And that's where you start, and that's where you can also start to see your limitations, right? With your self-concept and your shadow work. Like, do you believe this person can be in your life? Do you feel like you're worthy of having this person enter into your life? Do you feel like there's limitations or there's blockages? There's a lot of resistance with this person entering your life? Because look at it like this, right? When you have no resistance to something, it's because, like, when you have no resistance to something, you manifest it a lot quicker, right? Like, the things that you don't have a lot of, the things that you like the least, or the things that you're not in favor of, you tend to attract more, like I said in the other videos, because you had no resistance to it, and for some reason it just comes a lot faster because it irritates you or it bugs you. So certain things that you may not like come to you faster. But with things that you do desire, it tends to take more time because there's a lot of resistance, there's a lot of what ifs about that thing or that person you want to manifest. But essentially, feeling and believing is all that you really, are the two things that you really just need, are all that you really just need to manifest your SP or manifest the things that you want. Because you want to be able to create that opening or that portal or that door or that entrance for your desire to push through. Because when you just get stuck on the visuals or the petty thing, or not petty, but when you just get stuck on the appeal of it, then you're kind of limited on what you can attract. You're limited on how much faster or how much sooner you can bring that person or that thing into your life, because you really have to see it all the way through. That for you to manifest or for you to attract this person, SP, you need to actually be able to see them enter into your life. You need to be able to actually see that opening or that portal or that door for them to walk through, because that's part of the visualization, that's part of the manifesting process, is being able to actually see them in your life. Because seeing them in your life makes it more of a possibility in your mind. That's another way or method for you to impress your subconscious is being able to see being able to see that possibility happened. It has to be a possibility instead of a fantasy. Because when it's a fantasy, then it just kind of remains as a dream, as a dreamlike kind of state of mind. Hence why it won't be a reality, it's just a dream. Whereas when it's a possibility, then it becomes something that can push out. It becomes something that can happen. Because it's a possibility. So it's something that can actually, it's something that's actually right around the corner, and it can actually push out eventually. It's just like with your friends or your coworkers or people you already know, or things that that are already within your experience. You can attract those things faster because they're already embedded in your being. They're nothing new to you. You have no resistance, so therefore attracting those things or those experiences are easy, right? But something new takes more time because you're unfamiliar. You're stepping into unknown territory. So like your ego is not comfortable because remember, your ego is there to protect. And so essentially, yes, you have to be able to see this person enter into your life. You got to be able to see yourself meeting their family, going to their place, having dinner with them. You have to kind of be able to see this act and play it out as like a play or a movie or a scene. You got to be able to actually visualize it and see it for yourself, for you to visualize it with feeling, so that you can convince your subconscious and make an impression on it for it to push out completely. You know, you just have to open that door for them to walk through, because when it comes to your SP or the things that you want to manifest, you may just get stuck on the looks, but it's more than just the looks. It's way beyond just the looks. You've got to go in deeper. You've got to go more in depth and really see it play out and see how it'll make you feel. How would it feel to have this person in my life? How would it feel to have this thing? How would it feel when I have this to be a part of my life officially? You got to be able to see all those things all the way through. And that's how you can pretty much manifest, is feeling and believing. Feeling and believing are really all that you need, because feeling is the secret. And like I said earlier in this video, when you can visualize like your your SP, right? Example, your SP. When you can visualize your SP entering your life, or you can try to visualize your SP entering into your life, what's good about that is you'll be able to filter out your blockages and your limitations, because people often run into doubt and their skepticism when it comes to visualizing, when it comes to the part where they got to visualize their SP entering their life. That's where they start coming up with their limitations and their limiting beliefs. And that's where you can find things that you have to work on more. You know, like, are you worthy, so-called worthy of this person entering your life? Like, you should just say yes. Or you should believe that you are. Because you're just making room for this person to be next to you. You're making room for this person to be a part of your life. Because remember, sometimes you might not even be ready for your SP. But for the most part, I'm willing to bet that you kind of are. You just have to find the workings and the right self-concept. It's just a matter of your inner work and the things that you just have to kind of fix within yourself to prep and get this stuff ready for your SP. You're just getting the space ready for your SP to enter into your life. So just visualize what it's like to have them in your life. Visualize to yourself what it would feel like upon having this thing or being with this person. Visualize them or this thing being a part of your life. Because when you're visualizing from a fantasy point of view, that's still implying to your subconscious that this thing or this person is outside of you. And to truly impress your subconscious, you must be able to come to the understand, or be able to come to that realization that this person needs to be visualized into your life. You need to really make room for this person. That's how you attract them into your life. You need to be able to really see them being in your life the way you've already seen your friends and the other people that have already entered or are already a part of your life. You also got to be able to see your SP or this thing to be a part of your life as well. And you got to be able to see yourself to be a part of their life. And when you have trouble with that, that means you still have limitations or certain blockages or resistance. And those are things that you got to filter through and work out. And once you can do those things, then you're on a good path already to attracting that of which you desire. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys later. It's very hot, so stay cool. You know, visualize them being in your life. Don't just get stuck on the looks. Start getting into the visualizations and the feelings and the believing of them being in your life or that thing being in your life. And you should be straight. Alright? Peace. Peace out and stay cool.